Welcome back. You know, we've seen too often how flooding from hurricanes drives people from their homes. What we may not consider are the fish, reptiles, and animals that are also swept into new territory. And there's a new study by the U.S. Geological Survey on how invasive species are spreading after storms.
And Fox 13's Justin Matthews is in our newsroom tonight. So, Justin, officials say hundreds of species can spread when a hurricane hits?
Yeah, think of it like a strong ocean current moving things around. That can happen with plants and animals when there's flooding after a powerful storm like a hurricane. The U.S. Geological Survey is compiling information into a database that shows the potential spread of invasive species, animals or plants that are displaced or moved from one area to another. Following Hurricane Ian, neighborhoods were underwater. People noticed alligators and other animals in the floodwater, something that obviously wasn't normal. The United States Geological Survey is now tracking the movement of plants and animals when large flood events happen by using a map highlighting areas impacted by a storm.
Where that is on the landscape and where you would expect to see some of the populations of non-native species, and that can be plants and animals, and then highlight the ones that we think are most impactful based off of their effects on the environment and the economy and human health.
Ian Finkston is a botanist for the USGS and says various species can move from one area to another when there's flooding. The USGS says flooding in Florida after Hurricane Ian could have moved 152 non-native species to new locations in the state, with 63 of those known to be invasive species. This could have long-term detrimental impacts that could take a while to notice.
Long time spans of generations of these organisms creating the impacts to infrastructure, to navigation, to the ability to recreate in your water bodies.
That's why the USGS says it's crucial to stay on top of where non-native species move around after flood events. It can impact commerce, infrastructure, recreation, and even property value.
If you start to see these species pop up in an area where you just never noticed them before, you may think, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's something novel. I've not seen that species. And then next season, it's half of your pond or your canal is covered up, and now you can't even use that water like you were using in the past.
Yeah, the USGS doesn't have regulatory authority, meaning it can't make rules or tell state, county, or city leaders how to manage things. Now, the agency says it hopes this data will help land managers make proactive decisions to mitigate any economic or health impacts from when floodwaters carry and spread invasive plants and animals across the region, Allie.
All right, Justin Matthews in our newsroom tonight. Justin, thanks.